Okay, here's Mega here. It's the next day, and so we're gonna go finish this ramp sides project here. I got two beautifully brand new made planks here, or ramps with the ends on it now. Looks awesome. Turned out really good, exactly how my other ones turned out. Hopefully they last a long time. So like, remember I did note that these are actually 2x8, and the other ramps I had were like 2x9s. I don't know how I got a piece of 2x9 wood. I didn't even know they made 2x9 wood, because we're at Lowe's they didn't have it, so maybe I got it at Home Depot or some shit. I don't know, man. I have no idea where I got it. Honestly, yeah, I think like if you had like a 2x10 would be nice, because then it would be really wide. It'd be really wide contact patch, you know. So it'll be easier to get whatever you're getting up there. But like I said, it's longer, so it's gonna be easier regardless to get it on the ramp. So yeah, let's go do it. So these are the stakes right here, and I'm basically gonna mount it the same way. We're gonna mount it the same way we mounted the other one. So I think one side will be on the left, and the ramp part will be sticking out, and then the right one will be on the right, and it'll be sticking out to the side. So yeah, they're really long. Let's go. Let's actually put it on the trailer right now first. All right. Okay, there it is. So I have to say the color is a little bit lighter. Well, yeah, it's a lot lighter than the one that's on the trailer. The trailer is a darker color. I kind of like the darker color better, but that's okay. We can always repaint it later. But yeah, so here it is. Let's go take a walk up it. Hopefully they don't break. We got two ramps. Boy, do they flex a lot. They flex a lot in the center. Okay, I'm just gonna walk through one of them. I know. I could. It's kind of scary. It flexes. I'm like, Okay, well, yeah, it does flex. It's kind of scary. The other ramps did not flex, is what I'm gonna say. Like, maybe I should cut like a foot off of it or something. Okay, so here's me walking on it. And watch it flex. In the center, it flexes really bad. I'm gonna go walk down one of them. It actually bounces. So I don't know, I'm not so sure about that. I'm feeling we should probably cut them. It does seem like it's too long. Alright, let's put it on top. Okay, so there it is. It's on the trailer. It, like I said, the 8 feet is exact. It fits the trailer exactly, pretty much. Now, it sticks out a good, almost 6 inches, like 5 inches. So I'm thinking, you know, it is flexing a lot. I would hate to ride my motorcycle up on that and it just broke. So I'm thinking let's cut a foot off of it. It didn't really need to be that long, you know. Well, maybe a foot's too much though. Maybe like 8 inches. Let's cut 8 inches off of it. Cut it like, what's 4 inches, right? So it'll be pretty much, we'll lop it off right there where the ruler is, as far as the ruler goes. And then so we'll have, because I kind of don't like the ramp end sticking out like this too. Right now is the time. Now if I wanted to shorten the ramps, now is the time, because we got to drill the holes and we got to set it and everything. So now would be the time to do it. That's what I'm thinking. And I think it should be a little shorter. I feel that it's too long and it's not strong enough. I felt it bowing in the center like that. I didn't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut. Yeah, let's cut 8 inches off. I think 12 inches a foot is too much, but I think 8 inches is okay. Basically, it'll be 4 inches on each side, so kind of go 4 inches. It'll kind of go like this. So there'll be that much of a gap, but actually be like 2 inches because this is longer. I don't like how this sticks out like that. If it's a little shorter, it's okay. The main reason to have the longer ramps was so it didn't interfere with the trailer. You know? So I think it's okay. Right, as long as it's longer than 5 feet, you know, if we can make it like 8 feet, you know. Oh well, that is 8 feet. So yeah, let's cut it 8 inches. I think would be okay, and then it won't be too long. And then we'll just paint the end that we cut. Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard. All I have to do is get a paintbrush and just paint it real quick. So yeah, let's go with that. All right, so before I cut the ramp, I want to show you what how the difference the length of the ramp makes. Yeah, that is really scary. It bends like that. It's like you can use it as like a pogo thing, like a trapeze sort of. So what we'll do is I'm just gonna kind of shorten it. So I'm gonna walk up it. Now remember, I'm 175 pounds, so that's only 175 pounds. The motorcycle is what, like 400 pounds? Okay, that's the full 8 feet. So let's move it out now. Here, 8 inches is about where it would be if I cut it. That's about 8 inches. Hell of a lot. It's a hell of a lot more rigid. Hell of a lot more rigid. I'll do that one more time. I can still feel it. I can still feel it bow a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. So I think we will cut it 8 inches. I'm pretty sure. Now let's do 12 inches. I don't know why when I walk down it kind of flops around. I think it's a trailer. The trailer is bouncing around. Is what it is. But that feels much more stable. So I feel that 8 feet is too long a ramp. Now we could probably use it, but I feel like that would be horrible if I rode my motorcycle on it and it just fucking broke it. So let's not do that. It felt much more rigid if I lopped it off 8 inches. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So all right, so to do that, I got a handy ruler here and this little T right here, this triangle, and marker, and then my handy dandy cut. All right, start here, and my handy dandy DeWalt saw here. I remember to wear earplugs when I use this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go mark it up and then we'll cut it, and then we'll paint it. Okay, I got the lines all drawn. Hopefully they're straight. It was a little hard to draw it because the sand's on top. I should have flipped it around. Yeah, there we go. Alright, there you go. I cut a perfect square, pretty much. I forgot, like, yeah, it's 8 inches, so it's 8 inches by 8 inches now. So I got 2 perfect squares there. And they're all nicely painted and everything. Alright, so we'll worry about painting it later. It looks like it cut pretty good. That saw barely had enough power to cut through it. Alright, so now we're gonna go. Well, now let's go test it one more time. Alright, watch and see if it bows. A little bit, just a little bit. So you saw that, I felt like, I don't know, I can't really see myself walking up it, but I felt it was like bowing just a little bit. I think that's okay, that's alright. I can deal with that. So let's go ahead and, actually let's go see all the length. So it's pretty much the exact same length as the trailer. It's maybe like an inch, yeah, maybe like an inch or two, a little bit shorter, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I'll tell you this, if you were really high speed, what you would do is if you could measure the angle at which you have to cut this to make it flush with the ground, it'd be perfect. Like you probably have to cut it, I don't know, cut it like that. And then yeah, it would be flat on the ground. Because well, most of the time when you're going to be using this trailer, when you're going to be loading it and unloading it, it's going to be on a flat surface, you know. Like I guess you could back it up to a curb, it would make it easier, but yeah. That's if you're really high speed. I don't really have anything to cut that precise, so I'm not going to do that. This has worked fine for me. But yeah, whatever you're riding up here, it's gotta be able to clear this lip here, and that's kind of hard if you're doing, you got like 2-inch wheels on like a tool cart or some shit, you know. Anyway, so I've got the stakes all set up, and so this is pretty much the same way I did it the last time I did this. I just clamped it with a bunch of these these convenient quick clamps. I tried to keep it as flush as I could, so I know it's like 90 degrees. That's if I cut these 90 degrees. And we're gonna go. We just use this as a jig, a template to drill the ramp, and then we bolt it. So it's pretty much set up how I want it. If the pins fit fine in there, it should fit fine when I bolt it together. So let's hope it does that. I think that's the way it did last time. You know, you got a little, because you have to do this pretty precise, because once you put the 2 bolts in here, it ain't gonna move anymore. It ain't gonna move a whole lot anyway. So I think, right? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm using the 1132-bit that we used yesterday to drill these guys. I think it should be okay. If we need to make it bigger, we'll make it bigger, but it always drills it a little bit bigger. So. Okay, so I just realized I kind of messed up. So I drilled one of the holes already, and then I realized, hey, that's not really where it's supposed to be. So this hole here is actually not the right, it's actually way towards the bottom, and that's not what we want. So I totally forgot that, yeah, we used wider ramps. We used a 2x9, and this is a 2x8. So what the hell, man. So that means I had to totally re-drill the holes. So there'll just be more holes in the wood, is all I'll say, on the stakes. Yeah, I could either make new stakes, but I don't have any extra material to make stakes. I think we'll just try to do this for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. I'm going to have to measure. It's 8, right? So I think 2 inches. You want 2 inches. Yeah, so you want to drill the hole 2 inches from the edges. So I'm going to go mark where 2 inches is. And actually, these are a little offset. I can put it in the center now. I don't know. We'll see. Damn it. Okay, this is a lot more work than I bargained for. At least I know I won't mess up on the other ones. I already drilled one hole, so this one's gonna have like an extra hole in it. It's kind of suck here. Maybe I can fill it in with some like something. All right. Okay, so it looks like the top one is okay. It's pretty close to 2 inches. It's a little bit longer actually. Yeah, it's 2.5 inches. Jeez. Okay, so well, it's gonna be a little crooked is what's gonna happen, but I think we'll just use that hole. So we're just gonna drill one more hole down here, and that one's about 2 inches. So yeah, that's 2 inches exactly. So we'll just go ahead and drill that. I'm gonna drill through this part of the trailer.
since this is where I marked it. And we'll see where it pops out on the other end. Because if I had drilled this one, it probably would have popped out over here, and that would not be good. It's like too close to the edge. It'll probably break the wood. Okay, so I got it drilled. I know the other one is so close. It's so close to being perfect. I think we're just going to use that one. But so it's just going to be a little bit. One of them is just going to be a little lower than the other. That's okay though. So there we go. That's it right there. So I'm just pretty much just going to do the same thing for the other one. It looks okay. That's where the bolt's going to be. That's pretty close to, as you can see here, these are evenly spaced. You can see here that this is just a little, okay, it's a ½ an inch lower. So, but I feel like I don't want to drill another hole. Or maybe I should, huh? It's ½ an inch. I don't think it'd make much of a difference. Yeah. So for the other ones, I'm just gonna drill all the holes. So, all right. So we're gonna do the same thing here, except I'm gonna measure it and cut it and drill it for another side. So what I did to make sure the drill bit is straight is I squared it up to this before I moved it up, and then I drilled it. So, and it looks like it works. I don't know if it's totally straight, but it should be close to straight. All right, okay, there it is. It's done. So this one is, like I said, it's really close to that one. I think it'll be okay. Hopefully. I know, dude, but it's basically the bolt's just the one that's clamping together. It's not, the hole doesn't really have anything to do with it, hopefully. So this one is much higher. I think, man, I feel like, for the other ones, I'm just gonna keep the top low. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bolt it up. First, let's put these in. So these are the carriage bolts. If I remember correctly, the ones that are kind of like messed up go on the back. So the edges here are messed up a little bit. Oh shit, they're not, the holes aren't big enough. Yeah, I gotta go up one size. Okay, so as you can see, I drilled them kind of crooked. They're kind of pointing upwards. Yeah, that one's like really crooked. I had trouble getting that one in there, so try your best. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get our hammer and then hammer those carriage bolts in. Other end. Okay, there it is. I got it on there. So I had to, in the end, I had to use a 3/8 drill bit. Duh, because I'm using 3/8 carriage bits, right? Carriage bolts. It looks like, yeah, it looks like this one is like cockeyed, like this, like that, and then those ones over there, like sticking up a little bit. So, like I said, try your best. The wood is very forgiving, so yeah. I think, oh man, I know, kind of cracked this a little bit. I might want to paint over that when I paint this again. It's nice, it's very, it's like it burnt the metal, it burnt the wood. Alright, so there it is. It looks good. I think it actually looks better on this side. Hopefully the hole on the thing won't mess it up, but like I said, it's a clamping force. It's basically what those clamps are doing, you know, but you're using a bolt to do it. So yeah, I'll have to do the other side, and then we'll go test it out. I'll actually go ride with my bike up on it, and hopefully it will not break. If not, it'll be mission failed. I feel that the thicker ramps were better. The wider ramps were better. I think if you got like a 2x10 or something, that would be even better. It would be stronger, is what I'm saying. But of course it would be heavier. I'd like the weight of these. These are weigh about the same as the other ones, so can't complain too much. All right, so we'll get the other side done. Okay, I got the other side all mocked up. So some sap coming out of this thing. So it's kind of weird. I would have thought like I would have painted over all the sap, you know. All right, so anyway, so I kind of drew a line down the center. This one is not really down the center, but I made sure it made the dots for the holes to the right of the line. So adjust accordingly. This one is pretty much down the center. I have to get this one right down the line. So it's not a big deal as long as you get it right on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and so what I'm doing to line it up is I use this triangle here, and then I just go down like that. So that wasn't there before, so it was easier. But anyway, I go down 2 inches and I make a dot. And I know it's 8 inches and I want 2 inches in. So flip it around, and there's a 2 inch, and then I make a dot right there. So that's how I'm making my marks. And then I'm trying my best to keep it perpendicular to each other as much as possible. So far it looks like we're doing good. There's a lot of slop, so I'm not gonna. It's not rocket science, like I said. It has to be super precise. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill it. And
okay,
then,
so I got the holes drilled.
For some reason, the bit kind of wandered up and down 2 of the holes, and they were only on the bottom. So they're a little bit. One of them was a little crooked, but it's okay. So let's go ahead and bolt them on. Okay, so I never went over the fasteners for this. So basically, it's a carriage bolt. It's pretty long. I think it's 4 inches. It's about 4 inches. Yeah, you know what I've noticed when they measure the wood, it's not really how they say it is. Like these are known as like a 2x4, right? It's not really a 2x4. It's more like a 1.5 by 3 or something. So actually, I can prove that right now. So that's about 3 inches, and that's about 1.5. See, what did I tell you? It's not really a 2x4. And then like I have a large fender washer, and then a thick flat washer, and then 3/8. So yeah, these are 3/8 carriage bolts, and then a nylon locking washer so it doesn't come apart. Okay, there it is. Got it done. I stripped one of the holes for the carriage bolts because for some reason the fender washer here, it was too tight for some reason, and I had to like screw it on, and then that messed it up. And then it just stripped the square hole that the carriage bolt made. So there's like, that hole is like not proper anymore. So if I want to put a new bolt on that, I'll probably have to go up a size or something. But anyway, I wound up getting one of those. I had some normal nuts and a lock washer. I put it on this one instead. Sometimes if you use a nylon locking nut, it creates too much tension, or you have to use too much torque to put it on, and then it may strip the wood or something. So that's what happened there. So there it is. Looks good. Looks great. It's exactly how I wanted it. Yes, I know. Looks great. Even though it's a different color than the rest of the deck, I mean, it looks good. It's kind of like a a light gray, dark gray, and then black. So I think it looks great. So what time is it now? It's time. So well, anyway, these are where all the bolts are. It looks like, yeah, look, I got that one right down the line, but it's not really in the middle though. It's actually offset the other one. It's on the other side. So go figure, man. This one is perfectly in the center. That one I think turned out the best. The rest of them, that one actually turned out pretty good. And like I said, the holes got kind of messed up too, and that one's too much to the right. So yeah, there it is. So all that's left to do really is to paint this, so so it's pretty. Looks like the rest like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the trailer, and then we'll go. We will go do some testing. I'll take the ramps out. We'll actually ride the bike up there and then back down, and then hopefully the ramps won't break, and then we'll see if we can put the ramps back in the pockets. All right. I'm not gonna lie, honestly, when I go to wherever I'm going after, like to the motorcycle park or something, I'm really lazy to take these ramps off, even though it's not that hard, Yeah, it takes some time. It takes some time, and I'm just lazy, you know. Honestly, when I was gonna pull my quad or dirt bike off of the trailer, I just pull it off and I let it drop off the back. And it can totally do that. If it was a heavier bike, like a street bike, I definitely would not do that. But yeah. But then obviously to get it back on, I would have taken the ramps off anyway. So there it is. That's the finished product, pretty much. Like I said, it's about 95% done. I have to paint the end over there because we shortened it earlier. But I think it turned out really good. It looks great. And they're much longer, so we'll see if it. So now, like I said, the reason I wanted to make these newer, longer ramps is so this doesn't interfere. This didn't interfere with the ground. Let me put it on. This will definitely. There's plenty of room from here to here for that not to happen. So it doesn't like pop immediately when it goes up. And plus, these stakes won't get in the way. It kind of will get in the way. You just have to remember they're there and step over them if they're in the way. But I made it so it won't do that. And you can set it up so it won't do that. All right. So let me go clean up the trailer and we'll go do some testing.